Today, we will revise something from English literature and grammar for class 6. The name of the chapter is Goodbye to the Moon, written by Monica Hughes. She was a Canadian author. You all know about the story. I had already explained this chapter in your previous class. Today, we will revise it again. So, what does the story describe? The story describes the experience of a boy named Kepler Masterman when he enters into a different planet from his birthplace. We have seen that Kepler Masterman went to the earth with his father. His father was a governor of the moon. The moon was Kepler's birthplace. During this journey, Kepler had seen some wonderful views from the Earth ferry. His father gave him some informations about the Earth. After landing on the Earth, Kepler was imagining how to enjoy those 6 months by visiting various places. Clear, students? Now, in this slide, I will give you some questions and I will discuss these questions over here. Follow the instruction first. What is it? Answer the following questions. Let's start. Question number 1. Why did the moon appear small to Kepler from the space station? In this story, we have seen that the moon was Kepler's birthplace. He had come to the earth with his father for a purpose. So, your answer should be like this. The moon appeared small to Kepler from the space station because the moon was far away. Question number 2. Why was water precious on moon? We have seen in this story that water was easily available on the earth because the maximum portions of the earth is water. But on the moon, water was harder to get than oxygen. So, you can write your answer like this. On moon, water was harder to get than oxygen. Everyone had to pay for every ounce of it. Washing was a luxury and drinking a special delight. Now, we will be talking about question number 3. What is that? Why was Kepler feeling unwell? We have seen in the story that Kepler had come to the earth with his father from the moon. After landing on the earth, Kepler was facing some problems due to some reasons. So, you can write your answer like this. Kepler was feeling unwell because of the weight difference. Next, question number 4. What led his father to help Kepler as they landed? In this story, we have seen that Kepler's father came to the earth for a purpose. When they landed on the earth, they faced some problems. So, you can write your answer like this. They had landed on the earth. Kepler struggled with his own safety belts. His father leaned over to help him. Question number 5. What is that? Let's see it. How, according to Kepler's father, could the difference between Earth and Moon people be resolved? In this story, we have seen that Kepler's father had come to the Earth from the Moon. The Moon was his home. He came here to solve the problems between the people of the Earth and the Moon. So, your answer should be like this. According to Kepler's father, a clear understanding of the problems, the differences could be settled in a good manner between the Earth and Moon people. Next question. Question number 6. How is Kepler's father attached to the Moon? We have seen in this story that Kepler's father had come to the Earth from the Moon. He came here to solve the differences between the Earth and Moon people. When he was asked some questions by the reporters, he became emotional. So, students, you can write your answer in this way. Kepler's father's present and future lay on the Moon. His son is born there. His wife is buried over there. His work is there. So, the Moon is his home. Next question. Question number 7. Why did Kepler feel that the Earth would certainly be fun? At the ending of the story, we have seen that after landing on the Earth, Kepler was excited and he was feeling happy. He felt different without a spacesuit when he came outside. So, your answer should be like this. Kepler felt that the Earth would certainly be fun because one could walk outside without a spacesuit. Now, in this slide, I will give you another instruction. What is that? Answer the following short questions. Question number 1. Which was 3 times as big as the moon fairies? So, your answer should be like this. The Earth fairy was 3 times as big as the moon fairies. Next question. Question number 2. Whose excited voice did Kepler hear? So, you can write your answer in this manner. Kepler heard excited voices of the people who came from Earth by a fairy. Next question. Question number 3. Who was the governor of the moon? So students, you all know that this is a direct question. So you can write your answer in this way. Kepler's father was the governor of the moon. Next one. Question number 4. What is that? Who were waiting for the governor of the moon? So, what will be your answer? The reporters were waiting for the governor of the moon. Next question. Question number 5. What is that? The question is, who had heard about planet Earth from his mother? So, you can write the answer in this way. Kepler Masterman heard about planet Earth from his mother. Question number 6. Who is the author of the story Goodbye to the Moon? You all know about that answer. So, what will be the answer? Monica Hughes is the author of the story Goodbye to the Moon. Next question. Where was Kepler Masterman born? So, what will be your answer? Kepler Masterman was born on the moon. Now, in this slide, I will give you some objective type questions. Okay, students? Which you will try by yourself. So, I will give you the instruction first. What is that? Choose the correct answer. Next, question number 1. Kepler's home, the moon, appeared very small from the A. Moon, B. Space station, C. View room, D. Earth. Next one. Question number 2. The governor was surrounded by dash at the center of the space station. A. People, B. The reporters, C. Assistants, and D. His friends. Next, question number 3. Kepler was making his first ever journey to the earth with his A. Mother, B. Uncle, C. Father, D. Aunt. Question number 4. Monica Hughes was serial number A. Russian author, B. Canadian author, C. Irish author, and D. Australian author. Question number 5. On moon, dash is more easily available than water. A. Nitrogen, B. Oxygen, C. Helium, D. Hydrogen. Question number 6. Monica Hughes was born in serial number A. 1927, B. 1923, C. 1925, and D. 1921. Clear, students? Now we will discuss about noun and its kinds from English grammar. Clear? I had already explained this chapter in your previous class. Today we will revise it again. First of all, we will know about noun. So, what is noun? Let's see that. A noun is a word used as the name of a person, place, or thing. That means noun is the name of a person, animal, place, thing, or quality. Let's see some examples. Number 1. Ashoka was a wise king. In this sentence, we are getting two words. First one is Ashoka and the second one is king. And these two words will be treated as nouns. Next example. He is a good player. In this sentence, there is a last word, which is player. So, it will be considered as noun. Now, we will be talking about the types of nouns. There are 5 kinds of nouns. What is the first one? The first one is proper noun. A proper noun is the name of a particular person, place, or thing. And students, remember one thing. The first letter of proper noun will be in capital letter always. Let's see some examples. What is the first one? Atlanta is one of my favorite places to visit. In this sentence, you can follow one thing. There is a word which is Atlanta. This is the name of a place, and the first letter of this word has been written in capital letter. Next example. Lalita is a poor girl. In this sentence, Lalita is the name of a girl. So, it will be an example of proper noun. Clear? Now, we will be talking about common noun. A common noun is a name given in common to every person or thing of the same class or kind. Let's see some examples. Sydney is the city he lives in. In this sentence, city will be common noun because it has been used as a common thing. Next example is his friend accompanies him. In this sentence, friend will be a common noun because it is not specified and it has been used as a common word. Next, collective noun. What is that? A collective noun denotes a group or collection of similar individuals considered as one complete whole. Let's see some examples. Number 1. The herd of elephants moved in silence. In this sentence, a word is there. What is the word? The word is herd. It indicates a group. So, it will be a collective noun. Next one. We saw a fleet of ships in the harbor. In this sentence, the word fleet indicates a group of ships. So, it will be considered as collective noun. Next one. Material noun. A material noun denotes the matter or substance of which things are made. Let's see some examples. Number 1. We take cream of the milk to make butter. In this sentence, milk is material noun because butter is made of the milk. Next example. The pages of this book are made of paper. In this sentence, the word paper is material noun because the pages are made of paper. Now, we will be talking about abstract noun. Clear? So, what is abstract noun? Let's see it. An abstract noun is usually the name of a quality, action, or state considered apart from the object to which it belongs. Let's see some examples. Do not underestimate your own strength. In this sentence, the word strength is abstract noun because it is indicating the quality. Example number 2. They laughed at my idea. In this sentence, the word idea is an abstract noun because it is not concrete. So, now we will be talking about other categories of noun. That means we can classify noun into 2 categories also. That is, first one is countable noun. Countable nouns denote the names of things which can be counted as separate objects. Let's see the example. Alex has 4 pencils. In this sentence, the word pencils is a countable noun. Now, we will be talking about uncountable noun. Uncountable nouns denote the names of things which cannot be counted as separate objects. Let's see the example. You seem to have a high level of intelligence. In this sentence, intelligence is uncountable noun because it is an abstract thing and it cannot be counted. Is it clear, students? Now, I will give you some homework. You can see that this is your worksheet page. First of all, I'll give the instruction. Please follow it. Pick out the nouns in the following sentences and state their kinds. Number 1. What is that? People wear cotton clothes in the hot summer. Number 2. The police lathi charged the mob. Number 3. This sheep is made up of iron. Number 4. We add salt to our food to make its taste better. Number 5. We can often correct others with kindness. Number 6. A few people have sacrificed their lives for truth. Number 7. What is that? Kalidasa was great poet and his Sakuntala is world famous. I repeat, Kalidasa was great poet and his Shakuntala is world famous. Next one. Number 8. Lucknow is a big city and it is the capital of Uttar Pradesh. Number 9. There was a large crowd at the fair. Number 10. Laughter is the best medicine. Clear, students? So, you will practice this, and today we are ending our lesson over here. Thank you.